touching anybody. It was terrible. Todd Monken is coming in and packing some of these new dudes up. We have to get into it. He brought on, let me see who he is. It says the Browns are hiring Danny Breyer as the new pass game coordinator. Breyer was an offensive assistant with the Ravens and worked closely with the tight end group, Harold Fannin. Monken guys keep pouring in from Baltimore. So he's cleaning house. So these two coaches that are done.
Kevin Stefanski just lost it. Todd Monken has fired his staff for messing with Shedeur. This drama is exploding. Who do you think is really behind sabotaging Shedeur? And who do you think should be fired next? Let me know in the comments. Todd Monken just dropped a bombshell on Cleveland's offense by letting go of 2 key coaches. And get this, these were Stefanski's own picks. That's right. The guys who were supposed to build up the Browns' offense, the ones standing in the way of Shedeur, are gone. Monken didn't just make a small change. He wiped the slate clean. The offensive line coach fired. The passing game coordinator fired. And the new guy he is bringing in from Baltimore? A straight-up game changer. Someone who actually understands the kind of offense Shedeur needs to thrive. This isn't about shuffling chairs. This is a full-on reset of the whole playbook and the people running it. 4 years, Cleveland's offense was a mess. Slow, predictable, and painful to watch. Monken's move said loud and clear, enough of the old ways. The system that almost buried Shedeur's rookie season is history. Now the Browns are building around their young star with fresh energy, new ideas, and a real plan to make him unstoppable. Look, the offensive line under the coach they just fired was a disaster. No other way to say it. We are talking about linemen who looked lost on the field, missing blocks, letting defenders rush in and crush the quarterback before he could even blink. If you are Shedeur, that kind of protection is a nightmare. It kills confidence fast. He proved in college that he can handle pressure, but the NFL is a whole different beast. When your line collapses every play, no amount of skill can save you. That's why Monken pulled the trigger on the offensive line coach. He could not keep letting Shedeur get eaten alive. And it's not just about protection. A strong line opens everything up. Without it, the entire offense falls apart. So, cutting loose the guy responsible for that mess wasn't a tough call. It was a must. Monken is making sure Shedeur has a real chance not just to survive but to dominate. But the real kicker. The passing game coordinator fired was running the kind of boring, slow, outdated offense that kills talent like Shedeur's. We are talking about a system that makes the quarterback check down and play safe instead of letting him throw those big game-changing passes. Shedeur's strength isn't just arm talent. It's how fast he reads defenses and how he can light up every part of the field. But under that old coach, he was stuck playing small, limited, like a backup quarterback. Monken saw that trap and crushed it. He is bringing in someone new from Baltimore who knows how to unlock Shedeur's full potential. This isn't a tweak, it's a revolution. The Browns are finally done playing it safe, and they're betting everything on making Shedeur Sanders the star he was born to be. The whole city better get ready. This offense is about to explode.
The initial shock wore off, I was fine because I had told you and everybody else that listened to us that no matter who the Cleveland Browns hired, I was going to be optimistic and open-minded. The Cleveland Browns went and got a guy that is very respected around the NFL, a guy that can relate to his players, a guy that can command and read the room, a guy that's a great football mind, and a guy that has a lot more personality than what we were led to believe. All in all, you can't judge a book by its cover.
Todd Monken didn't just bring in some random guy to fix the Browns' offense. He grabbed Danny Langdorf straight from Baltimore. This isn't some minor hire. Langdorf helped shape the Ravens' tight ends and was right there in the trenches with the system that made Lamar Jackson an MVP. You want to know what that means for Cleveland? It means Monken is ripping up the old playbook and importing a whole new style. One that screams, let Shedeur Sanders run wild. Forget the stale, slow stuff Stefanski's crew was pushing. This is about speed, aggression, and using every weapon on the field. Langdorf's arrival is a message. Shedeur isn't just another quarterback. He is the centerpiece of a fast, fearless attack. This new scheme is all about creating chaos for defenses, mixing up play action, finding mismatches, and pushing the ball deep. If you thought Shedeur was limited before, think again. Monken's rebuilding this offense around him, finally giving him the tools to unleash his full potential. Shedeur is no ordinary rookie. The guy reads defenses like a chess master before the snap even happens. His accuracy sharp as a laser, especially on those timing routes that make defenses crumble. Yet under Stefanski, all that talent was wasted on slow, predictable plays that could have been drawn up in a Sunday flag football game. Stefanski's offense was a straitjacket, boxing Shedeur in, forcing him to play small when he was made to play big. Monken sees what Stefanski didn't or wouldn't admit. This offense needs to be built to highlight Shedeur's lightning-fast brain and pinpoint passing. Langdorf and the Baltimore crew know exactly how to do that, bringing in a system that's aggressive, dynamic, and constantly attacking the defense from every angle. This isn't some random move. It's a power play designed to turn Shedeur from a good player into a superstar. Meanwhile, Stefanski's conservative, slow-footed system was dead weight, dragging down a talent that could change the whole franchise. But while Monken is tearing down the old guard and building something explosive for Shedeur, the media and fans still haven't caught up. They are stuck questioning the hire, doubting the process, and clinging to the past like Stefanski's safe playbook is gold. That skepticism is exactly why this change matters so much. Monken isn't here to play it safe or keep the status quo. He is shaking up everything that held Shedeur back, firing the coaches who were dead weight and bringing in a fresh offensive culture that matches Shedeur's fire and talent. The Browns' offense is about to go from a joke to a nightmare for defenses. And Shedeur is at the center of it all. It's not just a coaching switch, it's a revolution. Stefanski's era is over and Shedeur's time to shine is finally here.
There is no other path forward, though, than like trying to be optimistic about it, trying to be excited about it, giving him a chance. You know, you kind of have to do that, right? If you're a Browns fan, because he's your coach now. Like you don't no living, breathing Browns fan wants a coach to come here, whether they agreed with the hire or didn't agree with the hire, and wants them to fail. Like everyone should want him to be successful and be the coach that changes the complexion of the organization. Like I think that's at the heart of all.
Browns fans have been burned so many times that trusting the team's decision makers feels impossible, and honestly, who can blame them? The hiring process for the new coach dragged on forever. 24 days of behind-the-scenes drama no one wanted to talk about. The general manager, Andrew Berry, had his own favorites, but the owner, Jimmy Haslam, pushed his own picks. After all that back and forth, they ended up settling on Todd Monken. The problem is Monken felt like the safe middle ground. No one really fought to get him, which makes the whole thing feel like a compromise, not a confident choice. That kind of shaky start doesn't inspire trust. But once you stop focusing on the mess and start paying attention to what Monken is actually doing, it's clear this guy isn't some placeholder. He is making bold moves, cutting coaches without hesitation, bringing in his own team, and building an offense centered around one player. And that player? Shedeur Sanders. Monken's moves tell you everything you need to know. He is all in on Shedeur, not holding back like the old regime did. This isn't the same slow, cautious approach Stefanski ran. It's a fresh start designed to let Shedeur's unique talents explode. Now, let's talk about the offensive line situation because that was a disaster under Stefanski. You can't survive in the brutal AFC North with a front line that folds every snap. The Ravens run a defense that's a brick wall. The Steelers play with pure physical dominance. And the Bengals rush like their lives depend on it. Meanwhile, Cleveland's offensive line? They could not hold their ground. They missed blocks, got beaten off the snap, and left Shedeur exposed on almost every play. For a rookie quarterback trying to find his footing, that's a nightmare scenario. Monken saw this mess and didn't hesitate to clean house. The coach responsible for that train wreck was fired because it's not just about protecting Shedeur, it's about building a tough, physical line that can compete with the best defenses. Shedeur is quick and smart, but even he needs time to make plays develop. Without a line that can hold up, this offense won't go anywhere. Monken understands this deeply, unlike Stefanski, who left Shedeur hanging. Here's where it gets really exciting. Monken is bringing in coaches who know how to work with a quarterback like Shedeur, the kind who reads defenses faster than most quarterbacks, throws with precision, and thrives in complex systems. This isn't the conservative, predictable offense Stefanski pushed, where Shedeur was held back and turned into a game manager. Monken's system is aggressive, creative, and built to take full advantage of Shedeur's speed and accuracy. The goal is to make Shedeur the center of the offense and build a team that can attack defenses at every level. For too long, Shedeur's talent was wasted because the system didn't fit him. Now, with Monken's vision and new coaching staff, the Browns finally have a plan that matches what Shedeur brings to the table. Cleveland's offense is about to get a complete makeover. And Shedeur isn't just the future. He is the key to changing the whole franchise. The days of doubting him are over. This is the moment he's been waiting for. And Monken just handed him the power to shine. Todd Monken isn't waiting for Shedeur to step on the field to start making changes. He is rebuilding the whole foundation first. That's not just coaching, that's smart, strategic leadership. Before Shedeur even throws his first pass, Monken is making sure the team around him is ready to support him fully. But the real game changer might be the new passing game coordinator. This is the person who is going to be in the trenches with Shedeur every day, drilling concepts, progressions, and route combos. The old coordinator, Nick Charlton, had a system that was stuck in neutral. No vertical threats, no creativity, no movement to confuse defenses. It was the exact opposite of what Shedeur needs. Enter Danny Langdorf from Baltimore, where the offense was anything but predictable. They ran creative, aggressive plays with multiple formations that kept defenses guessing. Using two tight ends, play action, and vertical routes wasn't just a game plan, it was a weapon. This approach matches Shedeur's strengths perfectly. His ability to read defenses quickly, anticipate openings, and deliver precise throws on every route is what makes him special. Langdorf's system will finally let Shedeur show everyone why he's not just a promising rookie, but the franchise quarterback Cleveland desperately needs. And honestly, the fans are not blind to the messy drama behind the scenes. The skepticism around Monken isn't because they hate the guy. It's because the Browns' history of coaching disasters has made people wary. It's not easy to forget the endless carousel of failures with names like Freddie Kitchens and Hugh Jackson dragging the franchise down. So yeah, the doubts about the hiring process make sense. But here's the thing. Monken isn't asking for a free pass based on hopes or rumors. He's demanding judgment based on what he's actually doing. And so far, he is making all the right moves, cutting loose coaches who clearly weren't pulling their weight, bringing in fresh blood from a proven winning system in Baltimore, and most importantly, building everything around Shedeur Sanders. This is a coach with a clear plan and the guts to execute it. The kind of coach who sees a young quarterback's potential and commits fully to unlocking it. Since Shedeur is the future of the Browns, Monken's moves prove that the organization might finally be ready to back their guy properly. This isn't about playing it safe or sticking to old habits. It's about shaking up the status quo and giving Shedeur a real chance to grow into a superstar. Every change Monken is making is a direct investment in Shedeur's success. From the revamped offense to the fresh coaching minds who understand what it takes to win in today's NFL, the Browns fans who have been burned before have reason to be cautious. But Monken's bold moves demand attention and respect. This is the start of something different. It's a fresh chapter where Shedeur isn't just the future. He is the centerpiece of a team built to win. And if Monken keeps this up, the Browns might finally be heading toward the turnaround they've been waiting for. Anyways, Todd Monken is tearing down the old Browns mess and building an offense made for Shedeur Sanders to dominate. This isn't just a coaching change. It's the start of a new era. If you're ready to see Shedeur shine and Cleveland rise, hit like, subscribe, and stay locked.